Possibly.
That's funny.
I had to
That
get at
block
least
won't
one
be
out
there,
before
though.
the race started.
Alright, this stage. This stage kind of sucks.
I'm loving that
All the stages I'm showing you
author
guys right now are
strat
stages
for
that have potential to have minute plus
for Roy.
if I get
Like
them.
towards that end there, I could definitely be stealing that right now.
Do I get any more hugs or do I have to wait till after?
Oh wow, according
Oh,
to Twitch
please,
TV, we are already at 44 viewers pre-race.
Oh, the people are turning up.
That was beautiful.
I'm happy so many people know about this channel. This channel, by the way, just so everybody knows about it, we generally have used this. This was used for the Southern Speedrun Summit. We're trying to keep this one in use, at least when we get some of the group in a race with each other or any kind of co-op meetup. So tonight qualifies. So feel free to give this channel a follow, and interesting things will appear on it over time.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna do that myself.
That's really good.
I think my favorite
Will they
moment was
all
when
be
I
like that?
tested out the stream and it still tweets out every time the stream starts.
Oh, does it?
Yep.
Can seriously all my Taco Ghost have
I'm glad that
skill
still
like
works.
this today?
Okay, so it looks like Author Blues is still getting his stream
Auth
together.
is firing
He's
up,
still
so-
just. Oh, there we go.
Let's get a better handle on his stream. If I can
My Taco Ghost house
capture this thing.
is really solid today. I like this. I like this a lot. This is good.
like that the
One more time
entire
for good
screen
measure,
freezes
and
up
then we'll
whenever
move
I
on
decide to
this.
try and capture something.
There are going to be a lot of people tuning in. I think people knew that this would be the.
There are plenty of times in any bracket making scenario where you see the bracket and everybody
Can't ask too
says,
much more out of that level today.
this is the match I want to watch, and I think this was on a
Let's do
lot of
one of these
people's
real
lists.
It was on mine.
Oh, fiddlesticks. I guess I gotta do second room first.
Oh, Proto, please.
I
can do
want
first
that to
room.
happen so much now. Also, Noble Boy, thank you for the host.
I guess I'll grab this. I mean, it won't be there, but it's for
So far, the
practice.
the fake drinking game rules,
I'll have it
drink
power
responsibly,
if I normally
are
do this.
one shot for Fortune Favors the Bold, one shot for a lost cape, two shots for giving up and going for easy clip, one shot every time they fail hard clip,
Beautiful.
and finish the bottle if one of them walks into the other one's room to hit them. Not that we support that any kind of true violence.
Yeah, go with that.
If it's at least kind of like part of the
that's
forfeit
good.
and like I don't know, any kind of playful headlock would be appreciated, but only playful ones. And after that, the stream would get looted and we'd have to cut before Twitch bans us.
Oh. Well, I just know that would never happen because Hills is way too sweet, and Author is just. He's a man of wit, not that
Alright,
kind
now
of
we can practice
behavior.
first room again.
So.
Author Blues knows the pen is mightier. Shoutouts to Proto for thinking that Darby and Mr. Cab is the second most hyped match of the tournament.
You know, the amount of viewers that are turning out for this, and there could be double viewers. We got 63 on Skybills, we got 53 in here, and 19 in Auth. So,
And Auth just started his stream a minute ago.
yeah, so I think that there's some people who are just tuning in for one or the other, so that's a lot of people tuning in.
The race was scheduled to start a minute ago, but we have both racers streaming. Both racers obviously aware of each other's presence, so I don't think we'll have that much longer to wait.
Yeah, they're just grinding out their things respectively, so.
Interesting choices for the last thing they practiced before the race, too. At least to me, I don't know.
Is
Sky's practicing late
Did I
game.
lose
Auth's
Sky's
practicing-
stream? Or?
that our typical strat for second room of 1Ds? I guess she's just grinding out those safety strats. That second room of 1Ds is a nightmare.
Working on the technical difficulties here.
Oh, we got quality options.
So,
You
Conster,
have quality options.
this is a race as part of the No Star World tournament. Second No Star World tournament. This is winner's bracket between Skybills and Author Blues.
I don't know why, but I always get unnecessarily excited about quality options.
Guy talking about Author Blues methods, which got her killed. Shots are already being fired. Ooh.
I like the added electric fish tank rule. One shot of Author Blues goes for something insane, add a shot if he screws it up spectacularly.
Yeah, Sky is going to play very, very safe and very, very consistently, so I imagine that this might just be an interesting, it might just be more interesting to watch how Author Blues reacts. Doing with that key.
So, Cab, whose audio are you using? Are we just going to sing all the Mario songs, like in TeamSpeak?
Excitement is filling the air. Oh my god. This is gonna be so good! Oh my god. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm sorry, I gotta fangirl a little bit. These are the two most awesome human beings. And then it's just gonna be so fun to watch them because their playstyles are radically different. You have Skybills who's so safe, so calculated, and consistent beyond all belief, and then you have Author who's flashier, has those strats. But I mean, like anything can turn on a dime. I mean, that isn't to say he still won't own FaZe. He'll still be excellent. It's
Oh,
gonna be
yes.
so good. It's
So
gonna be
I have
such
one
a
more
good
question
race.
for this race. Will this be the first time that an SRL race results in a disqualification because of physically stopping the opponent from playing the game?
That's actually a
I
very good
highly
question.
doubt
And I have no basis for saying this, but I'm gonna say yes. According to
guys
Star
are
of
so
Doom, Matt is starting
cynical.
to become more of a child every passing minute.
Oh, that's fine. The more enthusiasm we have in this room, the better.
Also, according to Steven1704, Matt should sing all the Mario songs while Cab and CT make sound effects. Wow. Wow.
Gonna be honest, Matt. I love the singing voice. I was debating whether or not I wanted to ask you to sing the national anthem before this race started. But I think we'll do without it.
What would the
Oh, this
speedrunning
is great.
national anthem be? That's my question.
Well, I think this one would start with "Oh, don't you lose Cape," and it started going downhill from there. And
Oh, speaking of Cape, Freedom Cape, I'm wondering what versions they'll be using. Because
so
I can anticipate.
actually, Sky mentioned this earlier on her stream that Auth would have basically a 9-second advantage because of the Japanese cart. So it looks like Auth, at least according to Sky, will be on the Japanese cart Freedom Capeless, while Sky will be going with Freedom Cape.
I like that. I respect that decision because Sky, she's gonna play her game and she's gonna play it well.
Even Darby and myself are going to go with the U.S. cart in our race, even though both of us, we've got pretty good, fairly consistent times. But it's that risk that you would have to go all the way back to Donut Plains 1. Neither of
Yeah.
us want to deal with that.
And anything can happen during a race. Like it's just funny. Like the environment is so radically different than like the casual RTA. Anything can go wrong, really.
And rip everyone's ears, but we got Proclaw in the chat with us now.
Proclaw!
Proclaw!
Proclaw claimed when he was commentating last that he doesn't actually say that.
I remember hearing that.
Either way, I mean, I think he should. Wow. The viewers are all here, and we're just watching the final warm-ups. I'm waiting to see if a race room gets created. I see, speaking of SRL tournaments, there is actually a race going on right now for the Final Fantasy IV race to make Cecil a paladin. There's a tournament for that going on right now. I kind of wish this tournament wasn't going on, so I could have tried to enter that one and failed miserably. But we want to support the other SRL tournaments. And I think
it's no contest. It's no contest. This game, bro.
I think Mario's the true paladin.
Well said.
Proto has posted the official drinking game rules, apparently.
Wow.
There's a paste bin for this?
Yes,
let's see what we have
been
here.
Created.
One shot for Fortune Favors the Bold. One shot per commentator sound effect.
You might not want to do that if we decide to actually do like the entire game.
Does that count as like you do like ooh oh? Oh.
No, I think it's more if you make like
it's for game sound effects, not for onomatopoeias. Yes, I just wanted to say onomatopoeia.
And I respect you for that.
It's a delicious word. What is
See,
Fortune Favors the Bold exactly? I'm not familiar with this. I know that.
It was in one of the earlier races, and Author Blues was commentating it, and I think he said it at least, in all actuality, at least probably only 10 times, but it felt like he was saying every other phrase. Fortune favors the bold. Somebody would enter a level without a cape. Fortune favors the bold. And
I'm trying to remember the person that was just getting like frustrated because it was hilarious. I think it was Deucelor.
It was Proto against Ribbed Killa.
Okay, so
and neither of them went back for capes pretty much the entire second half of the race. It was amazing.
I'm liking the wording for this one. One shot per football accident in Choco Secret.
One shot per football accident. So if one of them... So I'm just going to ask this. If one of them in the middle of the race tears their ACL, does that count as a football accident?
I don't know. It depends on the cause of it, because it may fall under the finish the bottle if there's domestic interaction of a physical nature. Finish the bottle, get another if necessary, if one racer will be sleeping on the couch.
Remind everyone to please drink responsibly. And if necessary, use a designated caper. Auth is practicing sandbar clip. They should have started 10 minutes ago. I don't even see a race channel just yet. I'm hoping we didn't get the time wrong. We have 7 on the calendar.
All right. Sorry for stepping out. I was
Not a problem.
getting prepared for
I'm considering doing the same thing.
Proto Magical Girl's delightful pace spin. But then again, I think that there wouldn't be much of a commentary afterwards if that was the case.
Yeah, I think I want to say we have a race coming up at 9 o'clock Eastern Time that would be about an hour and 45 minutes between Zero Maverick and quite Super Mario. We have a huge time zone difference in that race, so it's an international matchup. Should be fun.
Oh man, I'm so excited to see Zero race this. I'm just wondering how well practice he'll be. But in any case, it looks like they're starting to get ready. They even called each other from across the rooms. Oh, that's so adorable! Oh my goodness, I love these people. That is so cool.
You know what? It's not on the pastebin, but everyone take a drink for that one.
I think every time
Oh, my
Matchbox Matt fangirls a little bit, it's going to be another shot.
Yes, I agree with that. I think
I'm
you
sorry.
have to add a drink for every time they trash talk cross room.
That
Oh,
would be
I
something.
so looking forward to that. I'm so excited if
I
they
will
start
be
trash
right
talk.
back momentarily.
They can totally. That's a thing. They can totally do that. They can just like yell, "I hope you suck," and "I hope you lose Cape," and that's just gonna add to the drama. It's gonna be so good. Oh my god, this is gonna be such a good race. Oh. Okay, it looks like they're starting to get ready.
So are we, Toulouse. So are we.
They're talking to each other from across rooms.
Matt fangirl, everyone drink.
Right, we have a race room.
Oh my god. You guys don't understand how amazing that is. That is just the most delightful thing. This is going to be a hype race, y'all. This is two incredible human beings.
Right, we have one more
and
request from
two
chat.
great racers. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We do have one more chat request from chat for a roll call. I'm Mr. Cab.
I'm Matchbox Matt.
And I am CT Conqueror.
And welcome to the Author Blues Skybill matchup.
This is winner's bracket. Gonna be a good race. Gonna be a very good race. All right. If I randomly crack up, it's because I'm listening to Author Blues and Skybills talking.
There's quite some time to find out who their next opponent would be for the loser of this one. Winner, I'd have to go back and look again. Bracket is very large because we had so many people join the tournament. Winner would get Area 51.
Ooh. Oh yes, that was gonna be a dream matchup. Me and Sky. We've been having a little bit of a rivalry ever since our times were really close, but the ball's in her court right now.
We're about to begin in 3, 2, 1. Twitch delay. So in 15 seconds, we'll see how these begin.
I just want to say, you know, as this is opening up, that Skybills said that she loved Author Blues right before it started. I think that's a really beautiful development. Just so heartwarming.
Sportsmanship before capesmanship.
What?
Alright, we're gonna go with Auth because I can see his soundbar right now.
Alright, entering in.
Author Blues with the 1-up.
Author Blues
Loving that
opening up.
firecracker.
Will we see any 3-6-1s?
I don't know about the 3-6-1s. Auth will probably go for it. There's a swag vine in there if you're keeping track of swag strats.
Ah, I almost had it.
They're pretty much dead even through Yoshi's Island 2. Here goes Yoshi's Island 3. They're both through the hardest part of the level.
I don't know
Those
why it is,
opening
but I've been playing
jumps.
this game for like 3 years, and I still get nervous when I watch people do box jump.
Man, I'm actually having like
Yeah, it's
legit
just
race
you
jitters.
never know when you're gonna hit the corner of a box and lose P-speed. Anything can happen, especially with
Skybell's
these
getting
jumps.
midway.
Skybills
Never
usually
get
gets
rage jitters.
midway for safety.
Ever.
It's part of her
I respect that.
strat. It's part of her strats. Sky with the 258, Auth with the 259, so he gained some frames there.
I think that kind of occurred, I believe she didn't go for the shell jump at one point. She definitely stood on a couple platforms that were going the opposite direction, and I can respect that. It's just a little bit safer, but you definitely want to jump on all of those wooden platforms if you want to save that just handful of frames.
Sky with the interesting shell kick up.
I definitely appreciate that. It makes it easier to get out of the water when you're holding that item.
Not sure I've ever actually noticed that. I usually just get rid of it as fast as I can.
It's definitely not common practice, but it's just like a little tiny change you can make to make your day a little easier.
Auth
Alright,
gets
she
through there.
loses mushroom.
Sky loses some time to
Expected.
that
The fuck?
the jump right there. Auth probably getting some trouble from his up button.
I didn't
That's
think
what
I
it
was
looked like.
pressing up, but I guess I wasn't being really diligent about it. It's fine.
Okay, so
Remember-
they're still very neck and neck.
Indeed. Always blame the controller whenever something like that happens.
Everyone's fault but yours.
Always.
And we're pretty much dead even out of Ickies. I love it.
Auth might have a couple of seconds on Sky.
Yeah, it's just very, very slight.
Very
But,
slight, but it's there.
I think that time advantage exists from the earlier levels, definitely not from Castle.
Yeah, I'm actually like
There's a
They
few
both
frames
enter in at
from-
277.
Thanks for the raid.
There's a
second
few
room,
frames
so.
from Yoshi's Island, but I think Sky getting hit at the beginning of the castle, grabbing the fence doesn't lose that much time.
That's true, that animation does cost about a second, so I think we accounted for a time. Just the 58 from Yoshi's Island 3, plus that second of changing states there.
We're gonna switch audio now that we're in World 2. We're gonna be listening in on Sky's stream. Auth with the speed bounce there. Spike Vegeta rating
Alright,
Auth. Nice.
Good deal. Already better than the last Astros.
We can now see neither Marios.
Can you tell if either one has a fast fly? I think they're flying at about the same speed. This might be one of the few
61,
races
alright.
consistently getting fast fly might come into play.
Oh, absolutely.
Most of the
I've seen a... I'm sorry,
Alright.
go ahead.
Execute.
No, go for it.
Michelle. All will
Well,
be good in this level.
It's just pretty interesting. Most people don't acknowledge that, you know, with
Watch
fast
the
flight,
gap underneath.
it really is kind of a game of trying. You can either entirely trust RNG or you can keep on tapping that forward button until you find that right flight. And sometimes it can just be very unkind to you. You won't get those flights that you
Ooh,
need
thank you.
to
I got
meet
spared.
those times. But just for a frame
I
of
did not
reference,
deserve
whenever you
that.
see them racing
That was
through an
lovely.
entire level with just flight, 63 is fast flight all the way through. 62 and below means that you had something a little less. So just be
Good
aware
deal.
of that.
Don't get greedy.
Good to know.
He didn't go for the piece
I got
of it.
greedy. Oh wow.
All I was going
I
to
don't
add
do
earlier
that.
was
Bad
most
schedules.
of the higher times in the tournament, the higher seeds, I would expect the fast flight by virtue of RNG to just cancel itself out over the course of the run. It's in these when you have the people with the really good
Don't get cocky
times,
with the spin
it's something to
fly in
look
the
for.
second room.
When they got to the pipe in Donut Secret 1, Auth had a lead of about a second, maybe a second and a half. So they are still very close.
Auth is about 4 seconds ahead at the moment.
So
According
very
to my count,
interesting
that is.
strat. For Ghost House, usually, I mean, for that first room, some people might choose to fly through there just so that you can take advantage of fast flight if you happen to get it, but still very clean strat.
A little turnaround.
Alright, so Author Blues is going for the straight up run right on top of those wooden platforms. Skybill's playing it a little safer by turning around and then going for P-Speed on the main platform. So that's going to cost her a little bit of time, but it's much safer. Nothing is worse than missing that and then being about 4 seconds behind.
I think she crossed the gate 3 or 4 seconds later than Auth did, so... Still right
261,
there.
that means that she got really good flight speed, so... Starting the strat that she used, so good on her.
Guy's a little high, but she gets below the clouds. Auth went low from the beginning. I thought he might have to worry about the moon by the time he reached the end of the level.
Something very interesting, Author Blues could have adjusted his flight speed in order to get that 263, but just listening to what he was saying, for those of you who weren't able to hear, he opted not to mess with it just because you never know. If you tap forward, you could end up entirely just messing up your entire flight, dive bombing into the floor. It's very, very risky. The
Sky going with the
change
safer
underneath the
strat to get up
nerves.
to the top of Morton's here.
Goes Auth on Morton Fly. The first kind of game-changing moment of the race. He has the spring.
Sky off.
Out of my way, dry bones.
Opting
Got a
for
job
no
to do.
string, very interesting. I wonder
Doesn't
how she's
involve
gonna...
you plowing into my face.
She
Gonna
might
use the
just
backup
opt to
strat
wait
here.
entirely, and it looks like she is.
Yeah, yeah. I can respect that. She wants to play a very
Enjoy your
safe
6
game, and that's
seconds,
exactly
babe.
what she's doing.
That springboard is a little trickier than you might think to grab.
I am definitely have my handful of runs where you'll go for that trampoline and suddenly you'll just stop. You hit a little too late, and then you're waiting for 30 seconds for these cycles to pass through. So at this moment, Author Blues has a little bit of a lead, but I mean, still, if one mistake and it's anyone's game.
Still have many of the hard levels up
Okay.
ahead. Gonna
Backup plan
go
is
back to the
fly to the
Author
right.
Blues soundtrack for Vanilla Dome. Sounds like his own sound might be slightly off. It's a perfect Vanilla Dome 1. Cat, please. Sky also dominating Vanilla Dome 1.
What?
Oh, I'll have to, oh, losing the cape, but still.
Okay,
Oh,
that's fine.
Oh, ooh, that's gonna cost him a little bit.
it looked like he was still gonna get up there, but
Yeah, fortunately, there's a cape right there, so if you lose it
oh,
right there, you
Sky
can always
also
just
loses
use
the cape,
that.
but gets up to the top and loses it.
That's okay. Video games.
That is
Off.
marvelous.
Auth is feeling the pressure right now. Sky also tensing up a little bit, so this could be interesting.
Well, I mean, it's gotta be hard to race your significant other. But at least, just one note of adorableness, they both made the exact same mistake, and it's just, oh my goodness. That is so great.
That's amazing.
Mad Fangirl, drink.
I've got the restream up on another window if I really want to see
Oh,
the
Glib,
delayed
oh, they
version
even
of
make
it.
the same mistakes.
You know she's like right in the other room, right? Like she's like right over there. Like if I want, I could just like, I can hear her name. Like, I know exactly where she is.
I kind of wish I had them reversed right
But I
now.
appreciate it, Nick.
Although I don't have
It's
the
like-
video feed of Auth.
Right over there. It's like right over there.
Oh my goodness, forgive me, Author Blues.
So Auth is
Author
entering
Blues, ladies
at
and gentlemen.
10:56 even on his splits. Sky is clearing the gate at 10:56 even on her splits. Auth has about a 13-14 second lead, at least according to their individual splits.
You know, I gotta admire
Oh,
both of
we
them.
made the exact same
Neither of them
mistake.
have made any
I don't know how
huge
I've
mistakes
never gotten
yet.
caught
They've
under that
really kept
springboard.
it cool.
Kind of funny.
Both players here are really at the top of their game. They both know exactly what they're doing. They both know how to practice these runs. They both know where all the trouble spots are. This is one of the
Yeah, and I
first.
gotta.
As of the end
Can
of
someone
Dolphin
just link
level,
him
they
to
are
the
about
Southern
15
Speedruns
seconds
channel?
apart.
Sorry, CT.
As of Dolphin level, they are about 15 seconds apart.
Sizable lead. It could really be anyone's game. I mean, 5 seconds is the difference between like a good and a bad Resner, and you never know where you're gonna.
Dude, it's like 80 in my
Yeah,
apartment.
Also,
at
you
a
really
time,
can't
you can
rule out
change on a
Butterbridge
dime.
1 either.
Not comfy.
Oh,
Oh yes, that nightmare.
I feel like everyone just takes that level like not as seriously as they should, because yeah, it's easy when you know if you're paying attention, but one little slight mistake, you're losing like a whole minute.
we're
Yeah,
gonna
it
get
really
to
is a
Butterbridge
battle
one in a moment,
between-
but we've got Reznor coming up on Auth stream.
It's a battle between just keeping your wits about you and not going in autopilot.
Reznor
But,
almost bodied me there.
You never know. Some people work better under that.
Auth
mode,
is speaking the
just
truth
zoning
in
out.
that
I remind you of that
Reznor
guy
almost
from the
knocked him
Hangover.
back into the lava, but he made
I
it.
don't know which one you're talking about.
Ooh, Sky hitting Reznor just before she could get hit by the fireball there.
Yeah, that
Nice
was
fireball
a little
despawn. I
close.
like that.
Granted, if you're going to lose a cape in a level, that is the level to
That's
do
not me.
it. I'm gonna switch
I did
audio
it,
for
but
World
like,
4.
why?
Wish I knew what the lead into that statement
You
from
know,
Sky
I went
was.
into autopilot
Yeah, me
thinking, oh
too.
yeah, this is just going swimmingly. That's not me.
So fast resi from both. So neither of them are really letting up. They're really
Autopilot.
trying all they can do. And I gotta say, I love how Author Blues, even though Skybills is known for keeping her cool a little bit better, Author Blues is doing a really good job keeping his cool as well. Like, he hasn't cracked underneath the pressure. It's really tough, the situation that he's facing, racing your significant other, having the race right there in your home. That's gotta be something else. So, good on him. Good on him. He's playing very smart.
Did have the rather large facepalm at the end of Vanilla Secret 1 after he
Yeah,
lost
he's-
game, but
It's just a very bizarre thing, like, getting trapped under that trampoline doesn't happen all the time.
is
but
Auth
he
going to
recovered just
go
fine.
for the coin blocks? I think he's smirking.
Why did I do that? I usually just
Love
jump
it,
over
Auth,
here.
love it.
Oh,
Author Blues, please. Duping blocks. So the chat here is just he's screaming, Auth, don't do it. And Proto, I think that is covered by the swag strats rule. So you're fine.
Looks like Riz out, and
I one time made
That's
it all the
fine
way
as
to
well.
Butterbridge 1 and then didn't jump far enough and fell into the pit. I believe that was during the first tournament.
That was in an early round of this tournament.
nothing is more shameful than losing a life to Butterbridge 1 and having to wait another minute and 55 seconds, I believe, is the length of that level.
Well, there is always Royfly. It doesn't waste quite as much time, but you keep going back and keep coming back, and it can also cost a lot of time.
whoa, that was a little
Auth
closer
is about
that
to
than I wanted
enter
to.
Ludwig's castle. Lead of about a fanfare. Getting through Room 1 cleanly, which is good. I've been having a lot of trouble there recently myself. Can't seem to get the flies right. Spin fly strats.
Alright, nothing stupid.
Oh,
We'll take a loss.
loses fly, but not too much of a
Oh, that's fine.
hindrance
Just
there.
cape cancel, and he stays out of the lava.
Yeah, his flight speed was really fast right off of the ground, so...
This guy not quite
too
as
much of a
fast in Room
hindrance.
1.
Sly opting for the duck strats. For the first part of the room, at least.
Waiting for those fireballs to get out of her way.
Being very safe.
Gonna lose another couple of seconds here to Auth, but she's not gonna lose
Get
Kate.
in there, Mario.
For life. Sky going up the right side of the cage.
Something interesting to note: if Skybills plays this the way that I know that she does this boss fight, just the the feather drop, whether to take it on your current split or take it on the next split, Skybills goes right for it. Author Blues, of course, let it float down. That's just all for show. Just depends on where you want that split.
I usually try to grab it right
Second
away because
stop
it is
recording.
possible to
Not PvP
leave that
anymore.
feather on the screen when the fade out happens. Don't want to risk not getting it. The moment that happens, you will never let it drop again. We're switching back to Auth's audio as we head into the forest.
I agree, it can be risky, but as Author says, fortune favors the bold.
True.
That's number 2 for the night, I think.
Forgetting all about saying that. Auth getting that shell for the lag reduction strats. I never really noticed how many blocks are not there if you have that shell.
Quite a number.
Auth is going to be heading into clips as Sky finishes up the level. Every time I switch audio, I lose focus on the timer window, and I should really go to always on top at some point. Sky not getting the lag reduction shell.
Right now, they're both at 1807 and counting, for those who can't see the timer.
Auth is 23 seconds ahead as
Nope,
of
I'm in a race.
FFOI1.
Here comes clips.
Oh, RNG'd out.
Auth is RNG'd out.
And he's going for it again.
Well, he should. Misses it on try 2.
Skies gets her chance to come back if she gets first try here. Auth gets the clip.
Auth's got it.
Oh, nice. Yep, about 3 attempts equals a normal easy clip, so if he went straight
Sky
for the
gets the
easy
wrong
clip,
one, opting for easy clip.
yep, they'll be right on track with each other at this point. So neither of them will have a discernible lead once, like at least no time gained or lost from this level specifically.
Does eating that Rip Van Vish count as a swag strat?
That's a lag reduction strat, really. Still faster, I think, to go without it. Sky keeping Yoshi until she has a broom over her head.
Looks like she didn't want to risk kicking Yoshi and getting kicked up and back into the level.
Agreed, but that causes a little extra lag.
That is true.
The Yoshi sprite causes a whole lot of lag in this level, but for the clips, it's obviously worth it. Alright, Auth is wrapping up Forest 3, so here comes Roy's.
Leading
No Mario Run
64
is quite
entrance
complete
into that
without
last room.
sacrificing Yoshi for the greater good.
The greater good. Now the race can truly begin.
Right on Roy. The gauntlet. So many difficult
Ooh.
levels.
He's got it.
He did the dive a little bit early. Wasn't sure
No,
if he was gonna get it.
He knew exactly what he was doing. He was very high up when he started that dive.
That is very true. Ooh, gets the good Fireflower pickup also.
Good. I thought he might have been brushing up against that Potaboo in the last room. Made it.
Very well
Sky.
done. Very well done. And Sky is
Sky
making
gets
it
the first
across.
Ooh, that jump was so late. I wasn't sure if she was gonna get fly on the second part.
She had it.
Look, right on time. It seems like she's really rehearsed that. Knows exactly what she's doing.
Pretty good Royce for Sky.
Missed
Good
the flower just a little bit, but that won't cost any time. Just negligible.
Well, the way this race is going, that is far from negligible.
Well, I gotta say, it really is anyone else's race, especially as we approach these incredibly difficult levels. Skybills is going to be playing very safe, but Auth Blues opts to use more advanced strats. As we've seen, anything can happen. If he fails one of those strats, it could be Skybill's race very easily. So it's not a far time distance apart between them.
So if Auth did everything right,
Auth is going for Cannon Fly.
And he gets it.
Nice.
That'll be about a second saved.
35-ish.
Yep. I believe it's either 1 second saved or 4 seconds lost.
Yeah, very brutal. Very brutal if you go for that.
Let's see if Sky goes for it.
He should be one stage ahead of me.
I doubt Sky will go for it.
Nope, opting for regular
Especially
fly.
if you got pipe fly.
Now I'm very interested to see if she's going to pick up that safety trampoline, just so that she has an extra cape, just for the
I'm gonna lose a couple more
safety.
seconds grabbing
That
the
will
springboard.
use probably at least 2 seconds. She needs every last second she can get right now. Question is, does she
True,
have enough
but-
confidence?
Skybills is a very safe player, and she
She
likes
does get
playing
it.
the game that she plays.
That
so-
was a little closer than
Got
I
it.
might have liked. Alright, Chaco. I've reviewed this.
Auth barely
how
making it
well
over
I
that
remember
4th
that.
pit. And because of a spin jump or something, they're triggering the Boo Buddies. And getting the Boo Bounce anyway.
Coming after you,
Wow.
Chaco. You be me, man.
That was actually impressive.
And they are pretty much a chocolate ghost house apart.
Anybody know where you can get a good chocolate ghost house? Halloween's not that far away. That was funny in my head.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
I was gonna say there's another joke in there somewhere, but I was too lazy to think of it.
Nice
Get in the
recovery,
damn
though.
door,
Nice
Mario.
recovery.
When in doubt, claim it was funny in your head. Sky also getting the Boo Bounce.
Wasn't great, but you know what? I made it work. Improvising is very big. I'll take it. Good second room, though. Good second room.
Good Chocolate Island 2 from Auth. Sky opting not to get the Darby and Yoshi.
Stop commentating ahead
There's
of
my
the stream.
289
Oh
pipe.
wow.
You guys can
My-
hiss at me.
Yeah, you've got to give yourself an extra second or so. Sorry about that.
Hey, no problem. You're the one streaming. I can understand the lag a little bit.
Nice 283 in that first room of Chocolate Secret. Fastest you can do it.
Off getting P-Speed on that second slope in the room. Nice.
Let's roll that dice, babe.
I really like that strat that Auth uses for that second room. Just, you never know if you
Off
slide
doesn't
on
get
those...
the fly in the second room.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
That's fine.
Sky losing Cape in
Alright, that was
first
bogus
room.
game.
Backup
You didn't
Cape
have
Not
to
a
is
do
off.
that.
terrible place to lose your cape, though.
Bam.
Took
That-
the right
that-
approach, he just kept on running forward, though. Oh, no, he turns around just a bit,
It's
just
okay.
to...
Auth is setting up to take off.
There we go.
Is all good.
If Sky
was about to
didn't lose
say.
Cape, she could
Alright.
have had a nice comeback
But
there,
slide
but
me one. Shame on
the race
you.
goes on.
Both had their share of troubles with this level. Well, we'll see how Skybills handles the third room.
Gauntlet goes on to Wendy's Castle for Auth, where things can get really messy really fast.
So the way that Skybills handled that third room, very safe, just not being afraid to turn back and get that P-speed rather than, you know, banking on those kind of clinch strats.
Auth, speaking
And,
of clench strats,
That crusher skip, Very well done.
through room 1. Cape intact.
Alright, let's have a good Wendy's.
Turns back a little bit with the spin fly, but doesn't matter that much. He gets right through room 2. Count the cycles on Wendy.
Whoa, let's not do that again. Whoa. All right, please, please, please.
Guy
please,
opting
please.
for a safer
favor.
strat in that first
Thank you.
room,
Brown
waiting
pants.
just a little
Take
bit
it.
so that second
Very brown
spiky
pants.
spinny thingy, saw blade, spawns just a little bit later, so it doesn't cut her off as she's running forward to get peaceful.
I'd like to make that the
A
official
flight.
term for that.
I believe the buzzsaws themselves are entitled grinders.
Oh, Wendy's went better.
Also,
this
thank you
time.
to
All right.
everyone watching. We are
Prepare your
currently
news,
at
bro.
90 viewers.
Thank you. Sky has a good room too. Auth had a 3-cycle Wendy, if you missed it, so Sky looking to keep pace there.
Whoa,
She does?
up and over. Low ridge.
Looking very, very close. Now, something I'm wondering is
I would
if
like there to be a bigger gap between us.
Author is going to go for
Because
Crusher's
right now,
Skip,
it's a state
because
where
he
if,
has enough of a lead. He has
I
about a
make a significant
room's worth of a
mistake,
lead.
I'm fucked.
True, but he might not want to even risk that. Might
Just
not
never
even-
know, just based on the way that he's been playing not necessarily risky, but he's gone for those strats, those optimal strats, so.
We've gone back to Author Blues' audio. I like that he opened up as soon as we switched over there.
don't
He
feel
said, I
good
wish I
about
had a
this
bigger
one.
lead.
I feel like I'm gonna get despawned.
Not sure if he paused long enough there to get the despawn of the boo rings. Let's find out here in a second.
He's not
Oh,
sure
I got
either.
it perfectly.
It was right on the line of getting it and not getting it, so.
Okay, scrollless.
And he gets it.
Got it.
He got scrollless, nice. Very well done.
Goes for the damage,
damages
boost. That's
boost.
an intentionally lost cape. I'm not sure that counts in the drinking game.
Okay.
I
And let's
didn't
count it,
almost
why
just
not?
choke.
Also looks like she's set up for the scrollless skip. Auth not slowing down for that mushroom, going right by safety star. We have a race. Author Blues has a pretty decent lead. but
Orb.
Nick, I know. Nick.
Sky does get scrollless. As I was
Nick.
saying though, any
Oh, she's
one
not
mistake
going
later
for-
on, she's not going for the damage
Not going
boost.
for the damage boost.
Well, I
Fuck
think,
what, mate?
where she's at right now, it's probably a better idea to keep the backup cape just in case.
That's true, you never know if one of those moles are going to take it from you next level, so... I can respect her decision, but at this point she needs to grab every second that she can.
Yeah, I would
She
say
goes for safety star.
Yeah, I would have skipped safety star.
Well, at a certain point, even if you are a little bit behind, you kind of keep going with what you're comfortable with. When you start moving
Fucking
away from what you're
fucked.
comfortable, it's when some mistakes start happening that wouldn't necessarily happen.
Auth got
That's
caught
true.
in the blocks and manages to not zip there. Orb.
Also, orb.
I do have to admit, I really respect both of these players for playing the exact kind of game that they want to play.
This
Guy-
has been two excellent runs, except
Safe.
for Vanilla Secret on both sides.
Yeah, Matt, I will tell you one thing. I was wondering if Sky was going to maybe go for some more risky stuff because of the circumstances of the race, but it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah. I think she's still banking on, like, as she said, her philosophy was waiting for Author to make a mistake and, you know, keeping and sustaining a lead. Because she plays very safe, she plays very consistent, so if she gets a lead, you're kind of done.
So Author Blues' only death in his previous match, remember, was
Why
in
did I not get the midway?
Bob's Secret, and Auth realizing he missed the midway gate and opting now to take
That's
the pressure
dog
a little
shit right
safer.
there. I didn't mean to go over it. I just realized only too late that I had missed it.
I think that means Auth's probably not going to go for
Ooh.
any clips now. Had that one all the way.
Very, very close. Oh, will this be... Yep.
He went for
We
the
got
old strat, but it still works. And in what's effectively an auto-scroller, there's no real lost time for switching strats. This guy with the screen scroll before taking off. Guy does get the midway gate for what it's worth. Auth going for the little duck swag into the pipe that saves, what, half a second, if even?
Right around there, yeah.
Duck swag.
Duckfist's cousin, probably.
Oh.
Auth is through the spike room. Gonna try and keep P-Speed through this fortress. This is the last thing he was practicing earlier.
This is a very, very tricky level. Anything can go wrong at any time. And he gets the second
I
room.
feel like I made that
Ooh.
same mistake in
Okay.
practice.
You know, just wait for that
See,
cape.
I would have made the mistake of trying to jump for the cape and dying just then.
The first time you
That-
jumped, you would have still had the iframe, so you would have been okay.
Yeah, he needs to hold on to that cape if he wants to use cape kill at the very end, and that saves a sizable amount of time in the long run. So good on him for just waiting for the
Good
cape to slow
reservoir
down.
there.
Reznor,
Yep, nice.
brushing some sweat off his brow. Sky escaping the last spike at the beginning of Bob Fort. She had parachuted onto the ground and was skidding along and managed to jump out of the way. Regain the speed. Losing that cape, not that costly except for having to wait for the backup to float down.
I took off early. I might get bopped. Okay, I did.
Ooh, Auth cutting it close there with the Mecha Koopa.
Ooh, very, very close.
And Auth didn't get Midway, even though that didn't really mean anything. Oh my, aggressive Reznor.
Midway and Bowser always means something.
And Sky goes for the fast strat, but gets blocked out by that first Reznor platform.
That is absolutely one of the most aggressive. And actually, no, that is the most aggressive Reznor we've seen on race.
Sky's hopes now lie with Bowser. Bowser, at least, is notably a fan of princesses.
I don't feel good about this one. I'm gonna get hit. Okay, I didn't. That felt really close though.
I do like Auth's gusto in going for that Mecha Koopa in the dark room. He was even saying as he was floating down, I might not have this, I might get bopped. And he just kept going right into it.
Gotta admire how safe he's played in these closing sections.
I mean,
Just
no matter
because
how this race went,
Idols is that
one way or-
intimidating.
Sorry.
No, I already finished my sentence.
No.
You're good.
Yeah,
Go
no
ahead.
matter how this race goes one way or another, they are both in Bowser at the same time.
Not happen all that often in the tournament, at least not early on.
If this is what we have to look forward to
Guy
for the
not
rest of
going
this
for ball
tournament
skip?
winners bracket, man, I'm excited.
So just a quick note here, Skyville's not opting for cape kill while Author goes for it. And just
Not
Just
only
to
cape
put that in
kill, but ball
perspective.
skip too.
oh,
Doesn't even bring a
yeah.
Mecha Koopa into phase 2, she just threw it right up there.
Yep, she's playing the game she wants to play, very safe.
Indeed.
All the respect for that. These two have been playing a very solid, very clean game.
Auth finishing up at 34-32. Racebot has a 34-37.
Auth not only with the
Thanks.
win, but with a gold split on Bowser.
No.
Nice.
Very nicely done.
This would be the time for Sky to just run over there and do something.
I gotta say, I'm so proud of these two runners. Skyvilles went in and played exactly how she said she would. She would play very safe, and that was her strat. And unfortunately, you know, Author also played the kind of game that he wanted to play. Well, mostly. I can tell that he
I
was a
don't
little
believe
bit
so.
upset from a couple of his mistakes. From VS1's weird trampoline mishap to a couple other mistakes here and there, but otherwise a very good run. 34-36 is a very good time in this category. Most people would die for that that time.
Sky finishing off Bowser at 35-38.
Wow.
Racebot with
35-43.
35-44.
Very, very well done. Very well done. Those were two very good runs on their own right. And Skybills played very safe, very consistent, as we knew she would, and Author Blues was able to hold it together and pull off some very excellent things in his run. So, very,
Amazing
very
race.
great race.
Like I said a couple minutes ago, this is what this tournament has in store for it for the rest of the winners bracket. This is gonna be amazing.
Yeah, yeah. We can only hope they're all this close. Oh my god! Did you see that? That's so cute! Oh my goodness.
Not only did you get that, you got Matt fangirling. Just go ahead and finish what you
Oh
got.
my
Finish
god,
drinking.
this is too adorable. No, I'm not, but...
Cheers, chat.
That is so adorable. These two human beings, the two greatest human beings,
Although I'm
and two
calling this
very
match,
great
I think
runners.
Sky won this because she did clapping Mario and Auth did not.
True, no claps.
That is
DQ.
kinda messed up. Very proud of him. Very, very great race.
That was a great race. Oh, I just noticed Sky gold splitted on the Valley Fort.
Nice.
Very well done. Very well done. You know, only a handful of seconds behind her PB, so...
That's really just
They're inviting us in
Secret
TeamSpeak.
1.
User joined your channel.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Sky.
Woo!
Sky?
Sky!
Very good race.
Very well done. Very
Oh
well
my
done.
gosh! Like I told off, like, if you play at your best and I play at my best, then
User
I'm
was
okay
moved to
with
your
that kind of
channel.
loss. I had a feeling I was about to half a stage to a stage behind him the entire time.
Yeah, but you played safe. Like, you were very consistent, very clean in the way that you played, and so you gotta admire that. You did exactly what you said you would do.
Yeah,
Very well
going
done.
for the hard clip was probably... I even think if I make the hard clip, I still don't do it. Auth must have done some crazy crap in his race.
I think if you got the hard clip, we would have had a closer race going forward, but Auth was just nailing all the hard strats. I think one of the funnier things in the race, I don't know if either of you knew, you both lost Cape in the exact same spot in Vanilla Secret 1.
What?
Both of you going up. You get to the Koopas and Cape's lost both. It was awesome.
I
So,
guess
Auth,
we're
how
more
do you feel?
synchronized than I thought we were.
You guys were pretty close, like, throughout
Auth,
the
are
entire
you
match.
muted?
I mean, I think it's pretty cool that we were able to get a race done without any major mistakes, either of us. Like, I'm really happy about that.
Oh, that was very entertaining to watch. I was telling them earlier, no matter how this race went, you were both in Bowser at the same time, and that's amazing.
I was hoping it wouldn't, I know after I didn't pull off hard clip, I knew it was less likely to happen. I was kind of hoping for like a Panga Matt moment there, but that's about the only other thing I could have possibly wanted there.
Oh, goodness.
User disconnected from your channel.
Ooh, I think
Auth
Oz
Blue's
seems to
having
be
some
crashed.
microphone issues.
Yeah. But I'm proud of the way I played, you know what? Even though I lost, I'm cool with it.
User disconnected from your channel.
Played really well. Sky, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
Aw.
And that little kiss at the very end. Oh my god, it was so... Oh my goodness.
Yes,
Oh
Sky,
my
you
God,
must know
Matt,
that Matt
you're
was
making me blush.
fangirling the entire run.
It's so true. Might
Also,
want-
to our chat, go ahead and take a sip for that one.
seem
Channel
to
edited.
do this.
By the way, I was within 30 seconds of my PB. Just putting that out there.
Very well done.
That's awesome.
That does not
User
happen
joined your
often in a
channel.
race. At least not in my experience.
Is that better?
That's
There
better.
we go.
Yep.
Hello.
Hey guys,
Starting to wonder if you
I
just
figured
had
out
the
how
wrong-
to get my mic to be picked up.
Yeah, I think you might have just had the wrong device chosen.
Congratulations
because
on
your
using
stream had
computers
mic the whole
correctly,
time.
and also congratulations on the race.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
congrats on
I,
holding it together.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I have never once gotten caught on the bottom of that springboard in VS1. I didn't know what happened.
That's a little bit of a that's never happened before when I saw it.
Yeah, I was flying up and I got my head caught on the springboard, and then I was like, okay, I guess I gotta go later. Other than that, I mean, in general, it went well. I almost ate it on Ludwig's castle flying under the Potaboos. I'm really grateful that that didn't end up killing me.
Indeed.
Always.
But it was a
scary
great
part.
race otherwise, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Auth, I also liked the way in Bowser's Castle in the Dark Room, you just kind of said, I might get bopped by this Mecha Koopa, but whatever, I'm going.
At that point, I mean, if I had, I don't know. I guess I was willing to risk it because the cape kill really would have only saved a minimal amount of time. So
Indeed.
losing it wouldn't have been the end of the run.
How did it look from your end as commentators as you were watching the whole thing?
Go ahead.
Oh, it was just close the whole time. You might have more insight than I do.
I thought it was really, really interesting just to see the way that you two play. Like you guys kind of live up to exactly like your style. Sky, you played very, very clean, very safe, and very consistently. There wasn't any moment where it felt like, ooh, is she gonna get it or not? You were always just solid. And then authored like pulling out like those strats, and of course there was that exact one thing, flying underneath the trampoline in VS1. That was a little bit scary, but it was also really funny just to see both of you made like the same mistake right there. Just like that's how well synced up you guys were. Both made the same mistakes, both kind of synced up in just a couple levels there. Third try hard clip for Author, and then for Sky just going straight for the easy clip. I mean, at the same time, you guys were really well in sync. So you guys were just, it was a very entertaining race, I can definitely say.
So wait, where did Auth get all the time in on me then? If you did third try hard clip, because then that means we had the same time in Foy 2.
It was a
Roughly,
very
yeah.
gradual process. Very gradual
Yeah,
process.
I lost a little bit of time here and there, everywhere. But
See, I
in
really
general-
didn't, which was weird.
Yeah, I mean, I ended up 43 seconds behind my PB with no significant mistakes other than hard clip. So,
Some
I mean,
of
it
the
was
time,
it was a slow leak.
Some of the time was certainly in Morton's Castle, Auth grabbing the springboard, Sky not. Going into Vanilla Secret 3, I know Auth entered the level as Sky crossed the gate in Vanilla Secret 2. And from there, it just kind of was a gradual thing as it went on. Auth doing
Right.
Roy's Castle slightly better, Auth doing Room 2 of Ludwig's Castle slightly better.
It was just little things, huh?
Yeah.
I imagine
Yeah.
she did better than me, though, in the third room at Choco's Secret, because I didn't get P-Speed at the start of it. I had a bad bounce on one
Right,
of the
but
spinies.
You did better in Room 1 of Choco Secret.
Yeah.
Sky losing a cape there.
It was a
Side
fun
note,
race, though.
also
I had the multi-stream up on my other monitor just so I could kind of see the comparison, and she was right behind me the whole time. Like, there was no opportunity for me to go for anything too risky. I knew that
Yeah.
really it would only be about one death for me to lose it.
I remember we were switching audio on streams between basically after each castle, and I know we switched to you right after Sky bopped Wendy, and the first thing you said was, "I wish I was further ahead."
What?
Well, because if you're further ahead going to Valley of Bowser, death isn't so costly.
I heard you didn't grab the midway tape in
It was
Bob
an
2.
accident,
That was the
and
one
I-
thing I heard, and I'm like, oh god, if he sandbar does, I'm right back in this.
True.
Oh,
I
so
was-
a couple of the sandbar sections there looked like you were gonna get crushed.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think
if you do it
I'll
right,
have
that's
that.
what the sandbar looks like. Of course,
I
if you do
know
the
in
sandbar
one
exactly
race-
right, you do get crushed, so...
The other thing I wanted to throw out there was Auth. That was some nice improvisation in Room 2 of Choco Ghost House. After the boo blocks got in your way and you still got the boo bounce.
Yeah, I was holding the wrong button going into the room. I was holding Y, and so I was like, okay, I gotta switch to X. So I switched to X, and that made me spin, which woke up all of the boo blocks to make a wall in my way. So then I had to figure out really quickly a new way to get P-Speed in order to finish off the room.
I thought you were just going to spin fly ups in the safe way. But you went for it.
Yeah, I think we made it work.
Yeah, generally after that divider, you still have enough you have enough room to develop P-Speed to do that jump, so...
Yeah, congrats to both of you guys on getting gold splits in VOD, by the way.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think it's relevant for me to say here, even though I'm answering specifically someone in my chat. Yeah, we're going to be playing 96 co-op after this, me and Sky. We decided that we were going to follow up this race with some getting back to 96 co-op.
Woo!
Cool.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about!
All right, so,
So,
which channel are we rating then?
Probably
I would
mine.
assume Auth's, right?
Yeah, her SNES, the second controller port doesn't work on it.
All right, we're
so-
going to Winner's channel then.
That would put some issues on co-op then, wouldn't
Yeah, just a little bit.
it?
We discovered that during one of our attempts. We started it up, and she's like, "Auth, why aren't you going into your stage?" I was like, "Nothing's happening." Oh no, I think that race was great. I lost 40 seconds, but I had to pretty much play. Like, had I had one of Author Blues' typical dump and crumble races, that would have definitely been in Sky's favor. So
I saw the facepalm in Vanilla Secret 1, and I was wondering.
yeah, I had this moment of realization. I was like, is this going to be the thing that sets the tone for the rest of the race, where I'm unable to move at all? So
Yeah, kudos to you, man. Because speaking from experience, if it were me, I would have just entirely crumbled it.
A
No,
solid
you
race on
totally
both
kept it.
sides.
Auth
Yeah.
knew I was gonna make him pay if he died.
Exactly. It would have been a scary race for anyone.
Oh.
And it was really interesting to watch you, Auth, because I mean, it really did seem as if like the nerves, the tension was still there the entire race. You knew
I
that.
don't think I've had race jitters like that in a really long time. Not since like my first few races on SRL. I have not had race jitters nearly like that. So
Well, that's one thing that made this race really interesting to watch, is both of you just played like you were doing a normal run. It didn't seem like either of y'all were like, oh god, I'm in a race, I gotta do this and this and this. It's just, hey, we're gonna play some Mario, let's go for it.
yeah, that was. But I mean, I don't get race jitters because I always have that option. You know, if I'm not having a good time or if it goes really south, I can just forfeit. That wasn't here.
All I know is I'm not mad at my loss, especially when I play within 30 seconds of my PB. I can't ask too much more myself.
That was a solid race. Oh my god.
You guys both did very, very well for yourselves. And just, as someone who watches both of you run, like in your typical run, those were both really strong runs. And I think you're very proud. Like, seriously, congratulations on a very entertaining race. Very well played on both sides. It, like, even if there was, like, a little bit of a lead disparity, you just had that tension the entire time, like, really, one screw up, and it could go either way. So very well done. Very well done.
Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for the commentary.
Yes, thank you
Hey,
very
you're
much
welcome.
for all that you've done. And Auth, I hope you go really far in this tournament. I'm going to do my best to tear it up in the losers bracket.
Sky,
maybe we'll
I
see
don't
each
know
other
if you
again
know
in the
this,
finals.
but in the losers bracket, you have a match, and if we go by favorites, it looks like your opponent will be someone by the name of Matchbox Matt.
Oh! Oh god. Okay.
But how's Matt gonna fangirl?
Oh, that's a really good question.
That does assume a win by Matchbox Matt over Frantic 32, Josh Birdo, Auglib, or Mediocrity or Bust, and a win by Sky over Ribbed Killa, Ron Nation, The Profane Glitch, or someone who hasn't even played their round 2 match yet. But I think the odds are in your favor of meeting each
If-
other in the next round.
If I get the opportunity, I will severely relish it. I mean, last time Sky and I raced, Sky won by a hefty margin. So it would definitely be close.
And
I would definitely be quaking in my boots.
Auth, you will catch Area 51 in the next round.
I'm looking forward to that because
That's gonna be
I
such
have
a
to
good
play.
race.
I have to play at my PB, or that's it.
That is gonna be an amazing race.
Will that be the first race we have where we have 2 sub 35s?
I'm not sure. Is it?
One of them, anyway.
Well, there'll be many more as we get further, but this might be the first one. I'm not sure. I haven't noticed.
I'm incredibly stoked, but I guess you'll have to wait on Area to get his internet back up and running.
Indeed.
So we still got a little bit of time to wait for that, but my goodness, all of these races are going to be just getting crazier and crazier from then on. So,
Well, I guess to start, if they're gonna do some 96 co-op closing up here, do we have any more Southern Speedrunners matches coming up soon?
I don't think we have anything else the rest of today. There was potentially going to be a race at 9 Eastern in an hour, but that seems to have fallen through. Tomorrow, on the calendar for 8 p.m., we have Millennium against the Barn Owl.
Which one?
The Barn Owl.
Which Barn Owl?
Barn Owl 0.
Oh, wow. What a treat.
The barn owl, as opposed to some barn owl.
As opposed
And
to
then
I'm Barn
eventually we
Owl.
get to see the great Darby and Mr. Cab matchup.
Wednesday
looking
night
forward
at
to
9 will
seeing
be
that.
Darbian against myself, Mr. Cab. I plan to give Darbian a
Darbian's
run for
game
his
versus
money.
Kaba? Let's do it.
I think the last time people went through the brackets to check, I might be the only person who has myself winning that match. So I hope to break a lot of brackets.
Believe in you, Cab.
You can do it, man.
When
Yeah,
last
take
I
Darbian down.
when last I consulted noted Mario World watcher Mrs. Cab, she had Darbian winning that match. So
Ouch.
I know.
Well, again,
Yes.
thank you commentators for your awesome work on this race. Auth, thanks for one hell of a race. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Thanks.
Matt, can we get one last all out of you?
Oh my god, okay, all right, enough. It's weird enough fangirling when they're actually in the room. So I'm so. But seriously,
known that to
job
stop
well
you.
done, guys. Job well done.
Job well
Yeah,
done.
thanks for jumping in the T-Speak too. That's awesome.
Yeah. It was fun.
You know, go
All right,
wreck some
Auth and
96 for
I
us.
got some attempts put in, so.
So we've already put the link in chat. Head over to Author Blues' stream. I believe we're getting 96 co-op attempts. Should be fun.
Between the gruesome twosome, Sky and Auth. Yeah, woo! Yeah, woo!
I
Okay.
did
Alright,
the
guys,
applause,
we're
but I
heading
have
on over
push
to
to talk
Auth's
on, so I
chat.
can't exactly do that. Hold on, I'm gonna attempt this.
Woo! All right. Great race. Woo! I am pumped. I can't wait till this 96 co-op. I am so stoked. I'm fired up. This is going to be a great time. All right. Let's
We
switch it
need Matt to commentate this 96 co-op run. Damn.
Alright, well, thanks, guys. Appreciate all the commentary. Gonna hop off TeamSpeak now.
Hey, good luck on your 96 run, guys.
Thanks.
Good luck on the runs.
Thanks.
Bye.
Much
night,
love, guys.
everybody.
Bye.
User disconnected from
Good
your channel.
night.